Welcome to Drunk 3PO, the Drunk 3PO channel. Jay, and this is my Mandalorian review, Chapter 4. Now, as you know, if you've seen the other reviews, I just watched the episode, and I just go with, fresh thoughts and spoilers. So let's just jump right into it. The episode starts off with a small village, village of people, and they get raided by bandits, which obviously these bandits have more firepower. They have guns. They this, and the village looks very, very peaceful. So that's the start of the show. Then it goes back to the Mandalorian, and the Mandalorian has some cute little moments with Baby Yoda, where Baby Yoda's touching buttons where he shouldn't be touching on the ship. The Mandalorian then finds his planet. He's like, yeah, maybe this will be a good place where I guess I can hide, where I can go. And he shows up in this planet. He takes the little Baby Yoda, and Baby Yoda walks with him into, I guess you'd call it the restaurant or the cantina or whatever you want to call it. It's very tribal-ish type. No floors, just mud floors and what do you call it? Like bamboo type huts, things like that. And there he sees a jump trooper. I believe it's a jump trooper. Correct me if I'm wrong. It definitely is a trooper that's sitting there. And I believe this girl is an MMA fighter. Gosh, her name is not with me at the moment, but I believe it's an MMA fighter that they put in this episode. And so he looks over and sees her over there, and he's just kind of like, who is that person, and what is she doing here? And the waitress is like, I don't know. So he kind of walks around outside to see if he can dig up information, and he gets into a fist fight with this woman. And she kind of knocks him, beats him up, knocks him to the ground. Now, the only issue I have with these type of fights is when someone is wearing a metal helmet that can deflect bullets. I can't stand it when people are able to punch the person through the metal helmet and it'd be okay. It would be like if I was trying to punch someone with a football helmet on and they feel the full impact of my punch and nothing happens to my hand. Those type of fight scenes, they just drive me personally crazy. I don't know about you. I'm just saying, it's just me. It's just kind of like, it just takes away a little bit of the realism of what the show is. That just basically means that anybody can just punch you even though you're wearing a protective helmet, and it won't matter. So he gets into this fist fight with the woman, and wouldn't you know, the woman wins. Or they end up in a tie. They both end up on the ground with their guns pointing at each other. And so then they begin to talk. And she talks a little bit about what happened, that she was a defect. And she basically just ended up here. So the Mandalorian's like, well, I guess this is your territory. I'm not going to bother you. I'm going to take Baby Yoda and get out of here. And so while he was leaving there at night, some people from the villagers showed up and were like, hey, man, we have some money. We got a problem. Can you help? Please? Can you help? Can you help? And he's like, nah, I can't do this. Nah, I can't do this. And so then he finally agrees to help. And he talks the trooper, which is the girl trooper, into helping him. And it's a basic story which we have seen told in different movies, different shows many times, where there's a poor village, that's being raided. And, the Mandalorian shows up with his trooper, and they train the villagers to defend themselves. I can't think of a better comparison than the Three Amigos. All right, that was just joking, but basic similar. The Three Amigos trained the small, poor village to fight against the evil El Guapo. That's basically the premise. They find out that the bandits has an ATST, and they're like, man, we can't beat no ATST, so you're on your own. Good luck. They reconsider. They train the villagers to fight with sticks and some that can shoot. And they decide to set a trap for the ATST by building like a moat that it could walk through. And so they wait. The villagers are ready, and in comes the ATST and the bandits, and the villagers fight back. And it has a little drama here and there where they couldn't get the ATST to fall into their trap. But eventually, they maneuver around, and the ATST falls into the moat and falls over and is blown up. And the villagers are victorious, and they fight off the bandits. Now, again, it's any type of story or movie that you've seen along those lines. It's basically the same thing. So the Mandalorian and the trooper, they kind of hang out in the village for a while, and little baby Yoda is loved by all the children. And there's a cute moment where he almost eats a frog, and the kids are laughing, and they think it's gross, and he spits it up. And the Mandalorian was like, he talks to to one of the, I guess, the leaders of the village, one of the lady leaders, and he's just like, I'm gonna leave baby Yoda here, safe here. He's loved here. And the lady tried to convince the Mandalorian to stay. And she almost takes off his helmet. Now, if you don't know the Mandalorian lore, he can never take his helmet off. I'm sure he takes it off when he's alone and when he sleeps. I could be wrong. He'd never ever take it off. But so she almost gets his helmet off, and he's like having an emotional moment. And he's like, I don't belong here. And then all of a sudden you see another bounty hunter in the woods that has a tracking device, who's tracking Baby Yoda, has a sniper, and looks like he's getting ready to shoot Baby Yoda playing with the kids. And you hear a laser bolt go off into the woods. And what happens is the lady death trooper was standing behind the sniper and kills him, or kills the alien creature, whatever that is. And that's it. And the Mandalorian's like, yeah, there's going to be more. They're tracking this child, this baby Yoda, and I need to leave. So they pack up and they leave. And that's the end of the episode. So it wasn't horrible, but it definitely was not my favorite, because there was nothing that I haven't seen in any other, movie. Again, it's a very similar plot, where it was the Mandalorian trains a bunch of the strong guy trains a bunch of poor people to defend themselves against bandits. That was the episode. And they threw in like a jump trooper who was a really strong female, and I believe the female is an MMA fighter. Gosh, I cannot think of her name at the moment. Maybe you can help me out in the comment section below, so I can get it. Again, I just watched it. I just want to give you my initial thoughts. So, again, I didn't think it was horrible, but this wasn't my personal favorite episode. The ATST was kind of cool to see, but I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to give this one a 6. It didn't really progress the story of what I'm looking for as to what is happening with this child, where he's planning on taking it, and and so on. So I didn't really see any progression in the story for me personally. If there was some that I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. I always like reading comments and having great Star Wars debate. So that's it. That's the episode. Like and subscribe if you're new here. We'd love to have you here for more Mandalorian and Star Wars talk. This is Drunk 3PO, and I will catch you next time.